Hello, good morning. So straight away we'll do today's presentation, which will be weekly analysis followed by a pre-market report. Okay, so this is a disclaimer, and these are products. Sorry, we'll not waste time. You just have a look at it. Um, so and then we want to, before going into the weekly analysis, we just told this story about ETF, and we want to spend 1 minute on this. Why? Because we advise to have at least 30 percentage of your investment or SIP in this one, because your stock appreciation can give higher at times, but capital protection is also very important. And there is a lot of, like, today in Tamil we have to speak the same thing, like certain things like in the mutual fund, the fund manager change can affect, or else they can buy unentered stocks, or else there is also like conflict of interest in the mutual fund manager investing in certain stocks, and even the same conflict of interest can apply to ETF. But the thing is, there will be a good amount of there may be a bad stock sitting inside the Sensex or the Nifty, but the thing is, there will be a lot of good companies sitting outside, which they want, which they will be showing the performance, and the retail investor and the general public as such, they'll be putting a lot of pressure along with the company, so that they will say this has to come inside. Why this guy is sitting inside? So at that some point of time, the Sensex handlers also have to fall in line. Okay, so they will check off the bad performer, and then or else they will check off the stock which are of not good corporate governance, and the good performing guy with a good corporate governance will come inside. So these are all the things which will happen irrespective of the manager or something like that. So that is where the retail investors, in the complex system, retail investor protection happens. Okay, so I was telling in terms of percentage also, that it will be like 99.9% or something like that. It will be like safe for the investor, and there is only 0.1 percentage chance for the investor, retail investor, to get cheated. Okay, so that is where I am trying to say certain things, like here, like you have this one in a significant way, so you have your protection. Okay, so 2.5 minutes has gone. So from the investment, we'll go to the which is 20-year story. We'll go to the one-day match, which will be applicable only today. But even today, like, it will be a weekly one, so it's a story for a week kind of a thing. So with that, we'll straight away go to the week story. So in the weekly story, what's happened for the week is the Nifty is around 4% up, and then Bank Nifty has outperformed. That is why it is 6% up. So on monthly basis, what's happening? The trend is remaining up. So that is what the super trend we showed you last week also. It is up. Okay. So this is up. This is about the trend, but the weekly trend for overall market is down, and the sentiment is overall is down. But on a day basis, it is up, and then it stick to that in the last week. So that is why it is in the uptrend. So those things exactly we will explain it to you with the exactly the charting pattern. Okay, so we'll come to this in 30 seconds. So we'll quickly spend 1 minute on the Nifty stocks on weekly basis. What happened on a weekly basis? A very good uptrend returns has been given by the Unitech and the IndusInd Bank, and Grasim and Unitech are same group, and similarly HDFC Bank and HDFC has given. Okay, so what's happened in the monthly? Let's have a quickly check. So monthly also this guy IndusInd has performed, and Mahindra, yeah, it did come little bit down, but on a monthly basis it has maintained a return of 20% to the investor. And the surprise is the Hindustan Unilever, which has performed last month also, continued to perform this month also. So it's little bit surprise. And silently the L&T guy also moved up around 20%. So why we discuss only this, like when you can have a good kind of a return, That's why we didn't go into the usual things like the small caps or micro caps. It will be interesting to discuss about that, but the end ball game is whether the investor are making money, and then sometimes the money has to be made with high quality companies. So that should be the retail investor intention. That is where we specifically speak this dialogue. Okay, so try to you try to have good friends around you, right? To have a good energy, positive energy, and then and you want to grow with your good friend and a good friend circle also. So like that, so you should be like associate yourself with good companies, high quality companies, good corporate gun. You make money or else you can lose money also. Be with the company. So some company will return back to it to the bigger, higher trajectory of growth. Okay, so let's try to make money with those kind of company. Okay, so that's the point. Like that's a long term story, but the same story you can play it in one day match trading as well. Okay, so with this, like this is about that, and I didn't check about the losers. Like okay, let's have a look at the the top losers on a monthly basis. Yeah, obviously the ONGCs has come here, and yeah, Reliance because of the windfall gain tax which has been put on this, and a certain part is withdrawn. So let's see how this one reacts on a weekly and monthly basis. Okay, so and unfortunately, HDFC Life along with LIC has come down, but I think we'll speak a separate story. Who will be winning in the next 1, 2, 3, 5 years? Okay, so yeah, so you know the answer, but we'll also put a video on it. So let's see how it goes, and yeah, that's where like we did little bit speak about the HDFC merger, but that's a long-term story. So yeah, but this story you can pick it up for one day match as well. Okay, so that's the point in 15 seconds. So and then on a weekly basis, yeah, Dr. Reddy's and still HDFC Life is still sitting here, the NTPC and then Sun Pharma. So just make a note of it. So don't enter like bottom fishing into these guys at this point of time. Okay, so just wait and then let this guy move a little bit, and then we can look into this on a monthly basis. It looks like this, and then the new entry into the weekly basis is the Dr. Reddy's. Okay, so this is the brief background with this one, and quickly let's go into the technicals, deep technicals. So what's the pattern on the day basis? It's the uptrend. So this is where we are speaking. Okay, this is the bank nifty. So what's the trend it's showing? Yeah, why it was up? Because it was sitting. You see the MACD has cut here significantly, and then the MACD has again projecting here, and the super trend also has come here, and then that's why the last 2 weeks it's up. Okay, so this is the signal, but the thing is whether it is reaching some kind of resistance. Yeah, this guy has pumped up, so so it is above here, but this guy has not pumped up here. Okay, but let's see the weekly pattern how it is, so that will we get any resistance. Yeah, so yeah, so this guy is sitting here, the super trend. So one time it has hit and then it has come down and then hit and come down. So this time it can break. So this is what 60% of the time it can happen. But the thing is like the market doesn't have the strength, because on a monthly basis the longer term trend is still down. Okay, so that is where the weakness comes, irrespective of if it is in an uptrend market. Yeah, the second time itself it will like chuck off this one and it will go up. So but clearly today, since there is a significant downtrend, the story may not have definitely happen before 1 o'clock. So that is a kind of my our projection. But yeah, so 1 o'clock everything you will come to know. So with this, I think the market itself is going to open. So we will come to know everything after 9:15, and then and the option buyers, please wait for the 1 o'clock. And yeah, so the option bias, you have to see the 1 hour pattern. 1 hour pattern is showing very strong signal, but yeah, the Bollinger Band resistance is here. So it is going to come below this pink line, which is the 5 day period moving average. So crossing this itself will be a tough for this guy. So let's see what happens, and then buyers wait till 1 o'clock, and then get the trend on your side, and then you travel in the trend. Okay, thank you very much, and we'll try to give a like future call and a equity call. Please watch out for Twitter. This one will happen somewhere between 11 o'clock to 2:30 p.m. Okay, thank you very much. If you like it, share it, and then it will be useful for the public at large.